Welcome to the Match Day Preview Show where we look at the preview on key games in the top European leagues. So we're talking the Premier League, we are talking La Liga, and some few other leagues that have key games going into the match day for this weekend. So we start with the Premier League. So we're looking at some top of the table games. Chelsea coming up against Everton, Arsenal hosting Wolverhampton Wanderers, Man City traveling to Selhurst Park to take on Crystal Palace, and Liverpool welcoming at Anfield Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton and Hove Albion. So we look first at Chelsea and Everton. Chelsea are in a very poor run of form. They've lost their last four games, and over the course of midweek, they lost to Atlanta away in the Champions League. So confidence and morale looking like it's very down low in the Chelsea camp, and Enzo Maresca and his boys look like they have their work cut out, taking on new form Everton, who are going to Stamford into the game is at Stamford Bridge on the back of some good results in their last five games, winning four of those. So it looks like the momentum is with Everton, and we expect them to put up a fight at Stamford Bridge. Maybe try to steal all the 3 points, which you would think at this point, considering Chelsea's plight, as we have highlighted in the last few games, they will feel they are confident. They will feel confident to grab those 3 points at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, on the other hand, will look to bounce back, and they have importantly some key players coming back. Opama, you can expect him to start in this one, and a few more players. I think they are still going to be without Caicedo, which is still a big loss, but I mean, they should have enough to be able to contain Everton, or probably more than contain them and get all 3 points. But I feel this is going to be much closer than that, and I'll not be surprised if it ends up in the draw or Everton eventually make it at the death. So I'll score it Chelsea 1, Everton 2. That's a brave one, but I'll stick my neck out for David Moyes and his boys. Let's go to Anfield. Another team in crisis. Are Liverpool out of the woods yet following that handsome win at San Siro in midweek? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. The Salah situation is also raging deep in the Anfield corridors, and a lot of commentary by, I mean, some big and famous ex-Liverpool players. Whether Salah is right, Salah is wrong, his relationship with the manager, how it has impacted the morale and the outlook of the team. I mean, you can never know. But one thing is for sure, Anfield is not really a happy place now, and Liverpool will look to put things right by winning this game. Yeah, so at Anfield, we are going to witness Liverpool take on Brighton and Hove Albions. Brighton are a good side. Fabian Hezeler has a solid team, and he has a very disciplined approach to games, very tactically astute manager there. And the young Brighton lads, I mean, always take his advice, and you can see the game plan every time they go to games is well executed, and therefore it makes them quite a solid side and quite difficult to beat. So coming at Anfield with Liverpool not so much in a good place with all the things that have happened on and off the pitch, despite their handsome win at San Siro in midweek, you can say Brighton will feel confident because of the chaos that is raging within the Liverpool camp now, and I can see the game being cagey and Liverpool probably being given a good run for their money by Brighton. That notwithstanding, I think Liverpool, being it at Anfield, will feel confident and will feel the obligation to put things right. And I mean, shut out all the noise coming from outside and let the focus on the game to make sure they have this one done in a more comfortable way. But that's not going to be a walk in the park, and it's going to be quite challenging for them because Brighton are a good side. They have very good players. They have some, sharp wingers in the shape of Yankuba Minte, Mitoma, and a very good midfield. So it's going to be a challenge for Liverpool, and I expect Brighton to take something out of Anfield at the end of the day. So this should, I mean, end in a draw for me. I think a 1-1 would be a fair result in this game. Let's also talk about Arsenal Wolves. I mean, this should be just water in the ducks for Arsenal. And I feel this is a game that Arteta can literally play the likes of Waneri, Dahoman, and they also come out with a very big win against Wolves because Wolves are in 60s and 70s. They've been like that. I mean, the entire season, they are winless, and morale, confidence, everything is out of the window for them. So we don't see them really, laying a glove on Arsenal at the Emirates in this one. And Arsenal should close their eyes literally and sail through with a comfortable win. So minimum a 3-0 a win for Arteta and his boys, and it should be a very happy weekend for the Emirates fans and the Arsenal outfit in general. Let's look at a very dicey one coming up this weekend, and that's going to be at Selhurst Park, where Manchester City travel to take on Crystal Palace. Oliver Glasner's boys are currently fourth on the log, and they seem to be having a very good season, and confidence is high, morale is high. Glasner has got his boys firing on all cylinders. They don't seem like a team that has been adversely impacted by the absence or the departure of their key man. A key man they've had for so many years in the shape of Eberechi Eze, who departed to Arsenal just before the season kicked off. They seem to have replaced him nicely. Jeremy Pino has come in and has hit the ground running. The team is playing well, confidence is high. Glasner's tactical astuteness is ensuring that the team is winning games, and it tells with their league position. Coming into this game against Manchester City, they seem to have recovered from their wobbles early in the season. So they are in a good run of form. They've won the Champions League game in midweek against Real Madrid, and therefore you can see or you can imagine confidence is high within the Man City camp. But Selhurst Park is always a difficult place to go. Not quite so for Man City because over the years, the Crystal Palace have really not beaten Manchester City wherever they've met them, especially at Selhurst Park. But this Crystal Palace team this season is a different one. So I expect this is going to be a close game. I would stick my neck out for Glasner's boys and say they will nick this one, maybe a 1-0 or a 2-1 against all odds. And I would not be surprised if they go on to take the 3 points in that regard. Let's look at Manchester United taking on Bournemouth, and Manchester United should win this one comfortably just because Bournemouth themselves, after some very good run of form or good run of games early in the season, Semenyo was firing on all cylinders. He was the top of the Premier League and all that. He was a star boy. It looks like they've fallen off the cliff a little bit, and they struggled in the last 5 or 6 games, and points have been really hard for them to come by. As against Manchester United, playing at Old Trafford, not that it's now a fortress, in any sense of the word, but they still be confident coming up against a side that is bereft themselves of confidence in the shape of Bournemouth coming to Old Trafford. Manchester United should be able to put up a fight and Marshall resources enough to go over the line against Bournemouth. So I'll score it a 2-1 win for Manchester United, and that should be a good business done for Ruben Amorim and his boys for the weekend. So thank you very much for tuning in and sticking around to watch our preview show. Catch you again when the league games are done over the weekend and we come back for the match analysis after the games. Thank you very much.